In order to be a successful web designer, there are really 5 skills that you need to be focusing on. We spend all our time learning how to build websites, of course, but these days there are so many tools and resources available that make building a website incredibly easy. I am just jealous of everything that is available today compared to what I had to do when I got started in this. So putting together a website is pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy these days, especially once you've done it once, it's easy to be able to replicate. But what is not necessarily easy, and what a lot of people don't concentrate on, is the first skill that I want to talk about. And that is building not just a website, but a profitable website. Being able to identify the strategy or strategies that go into taking a website from where it's at now to being able to meet the goals of where it really wants to be. So what strategies are going to help it to get there, and then being able to put together a roadmap, an action plan to actually implement that and make that happen. Even if you are not the one who's going to implement each and every one of those steps, simply being able to create that profitable website plan is a very, very important skill. Now, the second skill is resourcefulness. I think there's a lot of people who actually are resourceful, but they use this skill as something that actually holds them back in business because they feel like they don't have all the answers. They might need one more skill. They might need to just practice it even more, and they get stuck in this rut. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with learning and spending time improving your craft. Of course, that's important. But getting stuck in that for too long and being afraid to test out these skills, to move forward in your business, that's where that becomes a problem. But let me tell you, if you have a client who asks you a question and you don't know the answer, it is okay to say, that is a great question. Let me look into that for you and I'll get back to you. And look into it and get back to them. So being resourceful is not about knowing everything. It's not about being able to do everything, to have every skill that there is, but it is about being able to know where to go to find answers, to being able to ask the right people to make those connections, or even outsourcing in certain parts that you know are your weakness. So I recently shared a video about being a T-shaped marketer, and this goes into being resourceful because you're typically good in one area and then you need others' expertise in their area that they're good at. So if you haven't listened to that, I'll link to it below so you can go and watch that. The third skill is time management. This is all about knowing what matters most and being able to use your time effectively to get those tasks that matter most done. So this is where we need to look at our task inventory. What are the tasks that we are doing that are absolutely essential to us, to being able to move our business forward, to being able to move our clients' businesses forward, and what things am I spending way too much time on that, one, either don't need to be done at all, or two, that I could bring someone else in to do that is going to be far more effective than me doing that. And then we also need to know how to be able to prioritize those tasks. And that really does start to come down to having a workflow, having a process that you are able to use. So you may find that being resourceful, improving your time management, does come down to building partnerships, building those resources, those workflows, hiring or outsourcing, and that is perfectly okay. The fourth skill that you need to focus on is client management. If you are really good at building your websites, but you are not so good at managing your clients, making sure they're happy, making sure that they know when that they should be sending feedback, when you're going to be communicating with them, exactly how everything is going to be going, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. And this is what it's going to take to really get happy clients who are thrilled not only with the work that you do, but love having that relationship with you, being able to work with you. It's something that they actually enjoy. So it's not just letting them know what to expect and then following through on that, but also if they have feedback for you, to listening to that, taking that to heart, and seeing if that is something that you really need to act on and how you can take them from where they are to being a very happy customer. And of course, that depends on the situation, but oftentimes how you respond in those moments makes a massive difference and can go from having a client who's probably not so happy, not going to return, to someone who sticks with you for years to come. So being able to receive that unsolicited feedback is very important. And also communication comes down to objection. You'll receive a lot of objections during the sales process. And I'll put a resource down in the description below as well that gives you some ways to respond when you receive client objections during the sales process. But you'll also find there are some objections as you go through the projects. and the client will give feedback on how you work. They will tell you what they like, what they don't like, some things that they object to in the process. So being able to be firm in your process and helping them understand the reason for some of the things that you do and bringing them back so that they're happy in the project, that is an important part of the communication process. Now, the fifth skill is sales. And I'm not talking about being all salesy, but I'm talking about having a sales approach that leads with value. When you lead with value, you are demonstrating what is important to having a profitable website, not just having a website, not about the number of pages, the number of forms, the number of images that you're going to add, but really helping them see the value in what you do, helping them see the results, the outcomes that they can anticipate what you're actually working towards when you have a value-driven sales approach. So again, if you have amazing web design skills, but you're not able to sell those and demonstrate the value of what you do to clients, you're going to struggle in business. I look at this as a sales strategies in a more how can I help you way? How can I best serve you way? And then demonstrating how to take what it is that you do and show them how that is going to serve them in what it is they do. So let me know if you think there are any other really important skills that you need to know as a web designer down in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching and spending your time with me. I'll catch you next time.